Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So today what I want to talk about is 1S wire. This is the type of stuff you'll see if you are driving through a upcoming subdivision that's just been newly serviced. It is the big spool of wire that's close to the road that will eventually be hooked up to a house meter. You will find this type of wire thinner gauge inside houses, and what's interesting about 1S wire is this stuff is made of aluminum. Unfortunately, when you hear on the radio that someone has vandalized a subdivision, they've gone by and cut the wire, this is the wire they're talking about. And at scrapyards, there is a value for this. I assure you that all of the wire you see here, I acquired legally. I asked permission. A lot of times you will see after the electricians have hooked it up to the meter, there are always little spare pieces that you will see, and I was able to ask permission to take it. They weren't going to take it. It was going into the garbage. As you can see here, they are very recognizable because they always come in a red, a white, a black. This is actually a pretty big piece, and I was lucky to nag that out of the garbage, so it did not end up in the landfill. But again, I assure you this was all legally acquired. And what I've done actually is I've done an experiment looking at the difference between stripped and unstripped. This wire is very heavy, and I'm just going to pull up a piece of the camera. So this is a piece that would go from your services at the beginning of the road to your electrical box. As you can see, there are different wires in there. Unstripped, it would look like this. Okay, so there are different strands of wire that goes together. I have a smaller gauge stripped. This would be could be inside of your houses. And the nice thing about 1S wire is it is conductive. It conducts electricity, which is just like copper, but it is a lot cheaper to make and used. And given the prices of copper right now, which are almost $4.50 Canadian for bare bright, it's definitely could be used more often now, you know, because it's cheaper to use. But what I've done, as I said, is I've gone ahead and currently with the coating on it, this is going for about 35 to 40 cents a pound Canadian. I just called, the prices that I have are for 100 pounds and more, and I actually do have more than that, and it's easy to collect. You will find it. It doesn't take a lot to add up weight. But I do want to see if it's worth more stripped. It's very easy to do. As you can see behind me, I have a stripper. I'm going to show you how easy it is. Clean, without the coating on it, it is going for $1.21 a pound. So I'm going to do a little experiment, show you how easy it is to strip, if it's worth it. What I've done already for the sake of this video is I've weighed 3 pounds of this wire. Okay, and what I've done is I first quoted it at 40 cents a pound, so I took the higher end, and 40 cents a pound for 3 pounds, you're looking at $1.20 Canadian, which is nice, and I didn't do anything but it. But for a little bit of work, I could up that to $1.15, and well, that's what I've done for this experiment. And I'm just going to show you right now how easy it is. So here's another piece. This was not part of the experiment. You can see it has not been stripped. Okay, I'm just going to throw it through my stripper right now. Okay, I've already set the gauges for this, but this is how easy it is. I got it tuned a little bit, but as you can see, what's interesting about this stuff is it not only has an outer coating that I'm stripping right now, okay, but it has a thicker, and this is not very strong stuff. This is more like a rubberized coating. This one is actually more of a plastic, and all I'm going to do is just going to peel it open. Okay, there you go. And then, this is how nice it is. It just strips right out. All right, so there is my clean aluminum And all I do is I actually just fold it up. So after getting my 3 pounds of wire, what I did was I weighed the clean, and what I had was 1 pound, 15 ounces. So doing the math there, the clean wire, which is right here because I had to do 2 pieces to get 3 pounds. This would be, as I said, 1 pound, 15 ounces. I would get $2.23 for this Canadian, given the price at $1.15 a pound. And I do want to point out that aluminum wire has actually gone up in price. A couple weeks ago, it was actually going for only 90 cents a pound. So probably because of the COVID and lack of resources, scrapyards are offering more. So $2.23. Unfortunately, I did actually, this is how heavy this stuff is. The plastic coating, the garbage, unfortunately, that now is going to go into landfill, actually weighed 1 pound, 1 ounce. So I'm not going to get anything for that. I do have to now take it, throw it out in the garbage. Unfortunately, even though this is a thicker plastic, our municipality will not take it. We do not have the means to recycle it, so unfortunately it will go to the landfill. So the difference between clean and unclean, I got $1.03 more for stripping it. So in my experience, in my opinion, it is worth it. Now, if you do not have a stripper, as I said, this is a basic stripper that I use all the time for my copper. It's a Stripmeister. I paid $240 for it. If you do not have one, the nice thing about this, because it is very thick, so I'm just going to use this piece. All I have to do is I actually just put it on a vise. I'm actually just going to quickly show you the outer coating is very easy to come off. I have to make sure that I have a thick or a sharp knife. But as you can see, the coating, the outer coating is easy to take off. And as I said, I will put it in my vise, but I do not have my vise here, but just gonna go that way with it. So this will come off. I have an outer coating, and even with this, now that it is open, I will just run my X-Acto knife a couple times down it. And if I open up my pliers, or use my pliers here, I have opened it up. Okay, so there you go. And I would just go all the way down with a knife. So it can be done, as I said. It's safer to put into my vise. It is slower going than my wire stripper, but it is easy to do, and it's a great way to maximize your profit with this. And as I said, there are smaller gauges that you also find a lot of this stuff at job sites as well. The smaller gauge stuff inside, as I said, it is also aluminum, and it would be the same method. For this stuff, there is a smaller outer coating and an inner one. This one, actually, you can see, has actually a thicker plastic coating. All right. So it is definitely something worth grabbing. As you can see here, I do have a nice spool already. This is actually 35 pounds right here. So it doesn't take a lot to add up. And as you can see, I find it a lot. Hopefully that answered some questions. Hopefully you found it informative. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Tin Man out.